Hi, welcome to Yoga at Home. This class is designed for all of us who are at home, whether we like it or not, now with this widespread coronavirus. This is geared for beginning and intermediate students. I'm Liz Heller, and I am in my 5th decade of teaching. The last 10 years have primarily been focused on yoga, which I love. And I teach yoga 3 days a week here in Door County, which is awesome. The word yoga means union. It's a Sanskrit word from Indian word, and it means the union between body, mind, and spirit. This is a good time now with all the stress that we have in our life and having to stay pretty much put in one place. This is a good time to calm ourselves down, sit quietly, and be aware of your soul, your body, your mind, and how you're moving, and how you're reacting and then relaxing at the end of every day. You will need a yoga mat. I've got mine right here. If you are new to this and don't have a yoga mat, you can do it on a nice living room rug or bedroom rug if you want to, and then I would go buy a yoga mat. That's the only thing you really need. And make sure that you have your shoes and socks off so you're in bare feet. If you've got a block or would like to buy a block, they're really nice. It helps you getting up and off and down off the mat more easily. So I use my block a lot. Or if you're not real flexible and you can't reach all the way to the floor, you've got a block to put your hand on. So I would buy a block, especially if you're new to this or a beginner. The class structure will be about 45 or 50 minutes. It'll begin in a seated position like I am right now, where we'll focus on breathing and relaxing. And then we'll move to stretching, and we'll work all of our major muscle groups, stretching each one of them a little bit. And then we'll practice our various asanas. An asana is another Sanskrit word for movement, and it's the pose that we're in. And we're going to be doing a lot of flow patterns, flowing from one asana to the next, to the next, to the next. So that's what an asana is, and that's what a flow pattern is. So we'll practice that. Then it ends with a short savasana, which is a rest. They call it a corpse pose at the end, where you can sit like I am for 5 minutes, or you can lie back down. And I'll lead you through all that. An important thing to remember is that I'm not there with you in your living room to help correct you, or to spot you, or to make sure you're okay and that nobody will get hurt. So that's a big concern as I teach with a video instead of being live and in a classroom setting. So I will do my best to give the best directions I can and modifications. So I'll be saying things like, if you can't reach this, then do it this way. And if you can't do this, try it this way. So I will give you some modifications. That being said, if you get into an asana that's not comfortable for you, or you don't like it for whatever reason, just stop for a second. If we're standing, just stand there and breathe and relax. And then when the next asana comes along and you like that, move into that. Or if we're seated and we've come to something that's too hard or bothers you, just sit quietly for 30 seconds or a minute until we get to the next one. So that's it. So my objective for you today is to relax and enjoy your practice and be calm and be still. We're all warmed up, ready to practice. What we're going to do now is all the yoga classes always begin with this, and it's Surya Namaskar A. It's a sun salutation. It's a nice kind of quickly moving sun salutation, it's called, and it gets you limber and ready to go. So there are 8 or 9 different things that go into a beginning Surya Namaskar A. And so the first time through, we'll do it slowly. Standing on your mat with your feet facing forward, you reach up and soften your knees. Make sure your back isn't curved back here. Tuck your pelvis under just a little and raise up. So that's how you begin a sun salutation. You're going to reach up. Forward fold means you just go down. If you have any back issues, put your hands on your body, on your legs, and slide down, holding onto your legs. Otherwise, you can just let it go. So I am now bending down forward. I'll move over so you can see me. You're bending down now with soft knees. Your hands can just hang there, and you want the crown of your head to face the floor. So crown down, and let that head just hang upside down. Then you put your hands above your knees or down on your shins somewhere and look up. So you lift your tailbone up, lift your head up, straighten your knees, and you'll have a beautiful flat back. Then we're going down to the mat. So we're going to bend down, and we're going to put both hands out on the mat and walk back with your toes. You're in a plank position now. Make sure your butt's not up in the air. Bring it down. Then you bend your elbows and slide forward, and this is called upward facing dog. So you drop your hips down, then curl your toes under, lift your hips back up. You're now in downward facing dog. Open up your fingers so they're nice and wide, spread. Lift your tailbone up, and watch now. You're going to slide your whole body back. Then rotate your elbows in. This will set your shoulders in place so you don't get hurt. So this is downward facing dog. Now you're going to walk up and walk your hands back. Those of you who've been around for a while doing this, you can jump in and jump out of that. And you go back to what we were doing before. So straighten your knees and lift your head and look up. And then hang down with bent knees. Then inhale, exhale, and come up. Now your butt's out behind you and your chest is out and you're reaching up. And then slide down into prayer. And you've just done a sun salutation. We'll practice that more every class. Today we're just trying it once. Okay, now, this is one of the flow patterns I was talking about before, where you're going to move from one asana to the next. We're going to start with warrior one, warrior two, an extended warrior, a straight-legged warrior. So you'll see, you'll follow along with me. So let's learn how to get our legs in the right place for warrior legs. So let's put your left foot forward and look out at the wall across from you. Look down and make sure that that knee is over your heel. Your back foot is way back. If you put your hand out behind you, that foot should be under your hand. Most people in the beginning don't go far enough. They're like this. So really way back there, under there. Then you lengthen up through your spine, turn your body forward, and bring your arms up. Now you want your arms right by your ears, and you're going to look out across the room. Next step is sink down. Challenge that front thigh to hold you up. And breathe in and out. And in and out. And in and out. Now watch, I'm just going to drop my arm, put my left arm out in front, right arm behind me. Stay in the same position, looking out across the room. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and out. One more. Breathe in, out. Stay right there with this front leg now and slide down. This is where you might want to block and put that block in front of your arch. Or just hold on to your ankle. Okay? And then you're going to take your top arm and bring it over your head and look across the room. So I'm reaching out, breathing in and out. One more breath. Now, just one change. Straighten your front leg and move that arm up to the top. So all I did was straighten my legs, made triangle legs, get my one arm up above me and one arm below, on the block or on your ankle. And the last step is drop your arm, look down at the floor. If you need your block, put it right there to hold your right hand and keep your body upright. Those of you that don't need it, you can tense your fingers and look down at your floor, keeping that front leg straight and doing your 3 breaths. When you're done, bend your front leg and step in. And we're ready to turn around and do the other side. So let's get the right leg out. Make sure that knee is over your heel. And bring your arms up over your head. And face and look at the opposite wall now. Make sure that back leg is back far enough. And your foot's pivoted and turned on an angle to help hold you up. Do a couple more breaths there. Sink down. Now, just bring that back arm back. Right arm is out in front, left arm's in back. Make sure your wings are flying straight. And that knee is staying over your heel. And looking out over your top hand. Now, keep that leg right there. Slide down. Hold on to your ankle. Take your top arm. Bring it across your body. Reach across the room. And look under your arm across the other side of the room. And breathe. One more breath. Okay, look down now and straighten that front leg. And again, if you need your hand on the block, put it on the block. And if you can't reach the floor, you can keep your hands on your leg like I'm doing right now without touching the floor. Then when you're done, just bend that front knee and drag that foot in. And you've done your flow pattern. All right, so now I've got another flow pattern. This one is a little different now. We're going to start with our legs out and our arms out. Our toes are facing forward. So your arms are out, extended nice, directly out from your shoulders. Okay, then we're going to do a forward fold. So you're going to put your hands on your hips and you're going to push your hips back and slowly go down. Keep going. Now, put the crown of your head down and drop your arms. Some of you will be able to hold on to your ankles or your legs. Some of you can get your hands to the floor. If you can't hold on to anything, hold your elbows and tuck your head in like you're making a picture frame around your face. And drop your head down and just hang there. So you can be like that, like this, or like this. Whatever works for you. This is our inversion. We don't do any shoulder stands or head stands. We're letting that blood flow into our head and down through our neck. It should feel really nice. Stay there a little bit more. Now, all we're going to do now is turn to one leg and put one hand on one side of the leg and one hand on the other side of the leg, trying to keep that leg straight. You should feel a nice pull all up and down the leg that you're leaning over. So both legs are straight. Again, if you can't get down all the way, use a block and you can really hold yourself up with your block like that. Okay, let's walk it over now. Turn that foot and face it forward. Keep leaning over, walk it over there. Turn that other foot going the forward direction now and look down. Again, use a block if you need it or hold on to your shin. And take another breath there and then walk it back to the middle. And then we're going to come back up. So we're going to put our hands on our hips and we're going to slowly lift your head so you don't get lightheaded and dizzy. Come up. That should feel good. And then step in. Now this is a challenging part that we're going to try here today. It's moving from a downward dog position to up dog and back up to down dog and so on. This is not easy to learn. So I'm throwing in a couple things that are a challenge for those of you that have been in my classes for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You know this. But some of you are new and might not have seen it. So what you're going to do is go back into your mat. And if you only do 2 of these, great, that's your goal. If you can get up to 10 or 12 or 15, great. Today we're doing 10 or trying to do 10. So, widen your legs a little bit, slide down, walk your hands out, and get yourself in downward facing dog again. Remember, all your weight goes back, and then wrap your shoulders in. Now we're just going to come forward, drop our hips down, and look out. Notice how I'm on my toes. Then you lift up your hip and go way back. That's one. So here we go. Drop down, look up. That's two. Bring it up. Go back. Down for three. There you go. And exhale. Bring it up. And down for four. And look out. Bring it up. And down for five. And look out. And bring it up. And down for six. And look out. And up. You need to stop, just drop to your knees. Down for seven. And come up. Down for eight. And come up. Down for nine. And come up. Last one for those of you that are going for 10. Down and drop to your knees and walk back. That's fine. Okay, last challenge of the class today is learning to do a side plank. This is not real easy either, but I have a great modification for it. Those of you that know how to do a regular old side plank, go ahead and go for it. I'll show you how to modify it. So this is how I would like you to learn to do it. If it's too hard, I'll show you another way. But you put one foot out in front of you like this, and your hand down. And the trick is you have to lift your whole body up and get your foot over on its side, and then raise your top arm. So you're trying to do that. If that's too hard to get your whole body up, drop your bottom knee and put your knee on the floor and modify it like that. Or get on the side of your foot and reach up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Bring it down. Now we got through with all of our asanas and our flow patterns. The last one I want to show you is a resting pose, or second to last, and it's called child's pose, and it's just wonderful. It's another one of my favorite stretches. You get over onto your knees. And those of you that need a little help, you can grab a pillow off the couch and put it under your legs if you want to, if that's more easy to sit on. But you get on your knees like this, or put a pillow in there and that'll help you. Or you can grab your block and sit on your block. That also helps. So figure out what's best for your knees and how you can do it. You open up your knees a little bit. You touch your two big toes together, and then your knees open up a little bit. And then you're going to lie down, put your head on the mat, and turn your hands upside down. And you're going to consciously want your shoulders to fall over your knees. So you inhale, exhale, go down, and rest your head. If your head doesn't want to go that far, put it on a block. Otherwise, your head's going to go to the floor. You're upside down. You let your shoulders just fall forward. And just stay there and relax. So leaning forward, head down, arms at your side, and letting that spine get a nice stretch. Stay there for about 30 seconds and just breathe and unwind. Just relax, letting go. Shoulders falling forward. Low back getting a great stretch. All the tensions off your neck. Hands on the floor and come up. Now we're in the last few minutes of our class today, and you may just sit like we did to begin with your nice straight back, and close your eyes. You can rest the backs of your hands on your knees, and you bow your index finger down in honor of a higher being, and you hold it in place with your thumb. And you just close your eyes and look across the room, or close your eyes, and just relax. Back to that yoga breathing that we talked about doing. So today, if you want to stay in a seated position for the end of class, let's do that. Those of you that want to do Savasana and lie back down, go ahead and do that and lie on the mat with your hands at your side. The rest of us are going to stay seated today. I'll face you now so I can see what's going on here. So lengthening up your spine and practice your breathing. We're going to take a big breath in and a loud breath out. It's going to sound like this. Try that with me. Inhale, real big, big, big inhale. Once more, inhale, exhale. That let go of any tension in your body and in your mind at all. Just blew it all away and you're nice and relaxed. Now be aware of your forehead and your cheeks and all around your facial muscles, letting them just relax. Unhinge your jaw, just to take that tension out of your jaw joint. And let your mouth open a little bit, keeping your eyes closed. Practice your belly breathing, breathing in, belly out. Exhale. And keep going for about 1 minute. Ten more breaths. Now I lost track, but I'm guessing it's about 2 more. 1 more, and relax. And at the end of class, I always end with some mantras or prayers or thoughts or things that we need for that particular day. This is a mantra that I wrote, and you can repeat after me, saying it out loud. So sitting quietly, and say after me, may we stay healthy. May we heal the sick. May we find joy in the books and food and movies that we are enjoying while we are in our house a lot. May we be grateful for the beautiful place that we live in. And then we always end the class with hands in prayer saying namaste. Namaste means I bow to you, I honor you. So we're all sitting like this, and you just gently bow over, and we'll say it together. Here we go. Namaste. Okay. So that's our first class online, done very casually, not perfectly, but who's perfect? So I hope you enjoyed that today. I will film another class next week, and we'll have different warm-ups and different asanas, and you'll learn some new things. But we'll always have the same format of the warm-ups, the flow patterns, and at the end. So as you stick with this week after week, if you want to watch this video again in 2 days and then watch it again in 2 more days, you could get 3 or 4 times of yoga done while you're at home. So just repeat that as many times, and next week we'll have a new one for you. Take care. Namaste. Bye.